So we've been looking at progressive stages of pranayama. You need to have practiced stage one for an amount of time where you feel really, really comfortable in that practice. If you are having any difficulty with your sitting position, please look at that video. If you need a bit more information about breathing and basic breathing, if you're having any difficulty in breathing, please watch that video. But if all going well and you're comfortable to progress to the next stage, and please also contact me as well. This is really important that you have some proper one-to-one guidance in pranayama practice. Any questions at all, I'm easy to find online. So you have developed a 1:1 ratio breath, which you're really comfortable with, and we're next going to look at the 2:1:2:1 ratio breath. So my ratio breath is I count 7 breathing in and I count 7 breathing out. That's my 1:1 ratio. Let's just practice for a little bit your breath count, not mine, and I'd like you to study the moment when you come to the top of your in-breath. What happens? I'm not going to suggest what happens. And watch at the end of the exhalation and study that moment at the end of the exhalation. And so just take a bit of time to just relax into your breathing, establish your breath, 1:1 breath ratio count, and look at the moments between inhale and exhale, and then we'll come back together for the progression. Complete a round on the exhalation. So there is a pause at the top of the in-breath before the exhalation begins, and there's a pause at the end of the exhalation before the inhalation begins. So we're going to arrive at the 2:1:2:1 ratio breath by counting the pause as half the length of the inhalation and exhalation. But because my breath count is 7, I don't really want to mess around with decimal places and half numbers. So I want to work with round numbers to keep that simple. So I would, instead of going 7, 3.5, 7, 3.5, I'm just going to say I'll drop the 3.5 to 3. So it just makes it much more easier and comfortable for the breath than to increase it to 4. So my 2:1:2:1 ratio breathing would be 7-3-7-3. And if you're lucky enough to have an even breath count, that's easier for you to just halve that for round numbers. So let's explore that. Again, get back into your comfortable position. Closing the eyes, relax behind the closed eyes, and follow the breath in and out for 2:1:2:1 breathing. send you around on an exhalation and the held exhalation. So that is the progressive stage, and that should be practiced now for, again, not a prescriptive amount of time, but probably longer than stage 1, and perhaps take some notes, diary, pranayama diary, to see how you feel at the beginning of the practice and how you feel at the end of the practice. And there's not really a prescriptive amount of time to practice that. Just make sure that your breath remains completely comfortable throughout the session that you practice in. And if it has become staggered, laboured, ragged in any way, you've practiced for too long. So you need to choose to end the practice while the breath still remains very, very focused, easy, comfortable, and to rest for a few moments just in some easy breathing meditation, to just observe any effects of your pranayama practice. And when you feel that you've established a really good, regular, steady practice, then we shall progress to stage 3. But it's really important that you give yourself plenty of time. There's no need to rush these progressions. There's not really a sense of getting anywhere or any goal to fulfill. Just the practice in itself is enough, and to enjoy it and to get benefits from it. And as we progress, there might be precautions and prohibitions that would mean that you shouldn't be practicing, and so just stay at a level at which you're really comfortable. Any ill effects from holding your breath at all, then just stop and just enjoy just a regular, steady 1-1 breath ratio. At this level, hopefully most people are comfortable to practice. As we get into longer held breaths, then if you experience any lightheadedness, dizziness, fatigue, any kind of stresses or strains whatsoever, then please stop and do contact me if you need to. Thank you for watching.